Hey everybody, what's up? This is Chaz Kelly with Market Motivators, and today we have us two very special guests, Louisiana's foremost leading fitness experts and practitioners who just so happen to be co-owners of Evolve Studios in Baton Rouge and Mandeville, Louisiana. If you want to get better, healthier, mind, body, and soul, you should definitely know these two awesome ladies. Rachel Crocket Tayler Landry, thank you for joining us today on the Market Motivators podcast.
So happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. I got to say, I just a little memory lane. I actually used to work for Rachel's husband, Hess. And you guys actually have two studios in what I consider my two hometowns, because I'm actually from Baton Rouge myself, and also my family now lives in Mandeville. So I know, kind of a crazy connection. I love. I believe I was working with Hess at Mercedes about the time that Evolve kind of came into inception, and you guys kind of started up. Was that been about 2013 or 2014?
2014, yeah.
Yeah, I was on staff with Hess, and he was, we used to have a morning tea time, and he was like, dude, we're launching this Pilates studio business. And I was like, what? Pilates? He goes, dude, you got to try it. He's like, it's awesome. And of course I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude, but the more, it's so funny because there's a lot of people that do kind of like that. Yeah, whatever, Pilates is not for me or whatnot, or, burn is not for me, or, I know you guys do a Sculpt workout. It's not for me, but I heard you guys discuss fitness a number of times, and you guys use a different kind of mindset, and it's having a fit mind, body, and soul. So if you don't mind, kind of walk us through that. What does that mean to you guys? And when you guys say that with that mantra, what does that mean to you guys at Evolve?
So I think at Evolve, we want our clients to see the bigger picture, that it's not just a 1 hour workout. It's putting your lifestyle together in a way that's bringing you to your healthiest version of yourself. And what that means for everybody is different. Of course, fitness is a component, but so is nutrition, so is mindset, so is inner peace. And I think that is lost on the vast majority of the population because they are so concerned about calories and, how hard can I exercise today? So I think we just want them to feel at peace and healthy from the inside out and from top to bottom.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Absolutely. And I think that's why we wanted to do Evolve, is to create this space for people. Like Taylor said, it really kind of gets lost in the fitness world in general. It's like, how hard can you push your body, or how many calories are we burning? And that's just not what we want to focus on. And we have honestly have to retrain our clients to kind of adapt that mindset. And you would think like it would be second nature, but that's not the case. So really teaching and promoting our Evolve complete lifestyle, rather than just simply coming in, getting a good workout, and then going on, about the rest of your day.
Yeah. And I think once people find that mind, body, and soul connection, they find freedom and they find happiness with themselves, is what I've seen with clients. There's so much poor relationships with body image and poor relationships with food and, disturbances and noise in your mind. And once you get to that really healthy place, you really do feel free. And then you can be the best person for yourself, for your family, for your husband, for your job. And I think it's cool to watch people get there,
Absolutely.
Wow, that is an incredible perspective, because you hear a lot of folks that talk about trying to get back in the fitness, or maybe they want to do something different with their lives, or it's time for a change, and they treat that process or that transition as such a rigorous process. Like it's so tough on them mentally as well as physically. And you guys take a whole different approach. It's all about having kind of some peace of mind and comfort about doing fitness. And that is such an interesting and awesome approach to essentially gain, the I guess the love and respect from people who otherwise wouldn't have even tried. And wow, what an incredible mindset. And so talk to me about, let's talk about new clients for a minute here, right? Because you say it's getting people to come see what you guys are doing. So what are the most common reasons? Like, if you could I mean, I guess if you could pin them, what are the most common reasons that people walk into your studio and say, "Hey, I want to give this a shot"? Is it weight loss, stress reduction, or is it kind of like inner peace, like you guys are talking about? What does that look like?
Yeah, I think it is definitely all of the above. I feel like we have a range of all different clients is what people probably don't know about us. I feel like they assume that everybody may fit into a certain type, but people are just looking for all different things. Everybody has different goals. So some people definitely are coming in for weight loss, but I do find like a little bit less and less that people are
I agree with that.
They're coming in just to feel better,
Move more.
Yep. Have more energy, and just be a little bit healthier overall. So I think get stronger.
So I was about to say, I've heard the word stronger more this year than I've heard ever, which I thought was a really cool paradigm shift. You know, most people come in and they're like, I want to be skinnier, I want to be smaller, and now it's I want to be stronger. And that's just really, really cool, especially because we do have, you know, a bit more of female clientele.
Yeah.
So to hear that from a female population is really nice. And I think peace of mind, because a lot of our clients do have kids and do have stressful jobs, and this is their happy place. This is their hour to come and just focus on themselves, which may be the only hour that the day that they do that, unfortunately, you know, because of life. And
you know,
runs.
you hit the nail right on the head, right? Because life happens, right? And so people tend to put fitness on the back burner. But what a lot of folks don't understand that you guys are helping coach and teach is that health is wealth, right? If you put more into your body, you will have the long-term peace of mind, mental health. Your mental health gets better, right? You obviously physically you feel better. There's just an overall sense of just feeling great about consistently giving your body the fitness that it needs. So you guys had just talked about a little bit how you guys kind of transition your clients out of kind of the old way of looking at the gym and then kind of doing it your way, which is more finding your inner peace, getting away, making it your happy place. So it seems that fitness is definitely more than a lifestyle for you guys, but more of like a state of mind. How do you transition? What is it that you guys do that transition your clients from one mindset to the other?
So I think I can think of a few very specific examples, and I'm sure you'll be able to add to it. For example, if we're doing wellness coaching, we don't allow our clients to count calories. You know, we allow it. We ask them to learn their body and learn what their body's asking for, and learn how to satisfy your body and nourish it in a way that is helping them feel their best, rather than, you know, depriving their body with not enough calories in a day. In a workout, we're not always asking them to do the hardest version of every move. We're asking them to listen to their body that day, because today might be different than tomorrow. We're encouraging recovery classes and different types of workouts in their whole workout regime. You know, a lot of times it's I'm just going to run every day, or I'm just going to do the hardest workout I can every day. So it's encouraging that balance of, you know, different exercise classes that you're taking, and ensuring that it's not all hardcore pounding on your body all the time.
Yep. And I mean, definitely agree with all of those points, and breaking people out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people come in and they're like, oh, I don't do Pilates. I don't do yoga.
Yes.
And so they'll stick to our burn class, the high intensity interval training. And it's like that is very challenging. Yes. But when you are able to finally convince that person to get out of their comfort zone, the Pilates classes, the yoga classes, those are actually so much more challenging for them. A lot of it is mental. So it's like getting them over that hurdle to break out of their comfort zone. And I think that's really where they have like those breakthroughs.
Yes.
And realize, oh, this is what I've been missing. And you can tap into a mental space in those slower paced classes that you're not able to with more intense training. So I think like building those relationships and having them trust us, and all of our instructors will do the same, building trust with clients and just they will know that we have kind of their best interest in mind always.
And then what's neat is when they break through that mindset in their workout, then they start to break through mindsets in life. Yeah. It's like it leaves here with them, you know, and they'll come back and say, okay, well, I said I would never do burn, and now I'm doing Pilates 3 days a week. And guess what I just tried for the first time? And you know, it's different for every client, but that connection that they're getting here is going out with them and lifting them, elevating them in life as well. So it is truly mind and body together.
Well, that's incredible, because you guys are not only coaching them to do different things and stretch their comfort zones in the studio, but you're also encouraging them to be brave and step out into new land outside of the studio. So it's becoming a landscape that obviously exceeds the studio space. So when they come in and they go, you know, whether they're a new client or an existing client, the one thing that you guys are instilling into them is, hey, health and wellness can be anywhere you want it to be, right? And so what a wonderful message to send home to anyone and everyone who is walking through Evolve's doors. I love that. You guys, you guys have you mentioned a bunch of different classes. There's slower pace classes, there's high intensity classes, there's, you know, yoga, hot yoga. So why don't tell the folks, you know, walk us through all the types of workouts and services you guys provide from a studio perspective for those interested in coming to see you guys.
Yes. So I'll start with our burn class. Our burn and our Pilates, Evolve Pilates, those were our two like founding workouts. And then everything from there that we've created has been like extensions based on what we found was working with our bodies and what like feedback from clients. So our burn class is HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So it's like shorter bursts of intense training and then some bursts of recovery training all mixed together. So we do treadmill work mixed with weights. So cardio and strength training, plyometrics, all in one class. Mm-hmm. And then there we have our Evolve Pilates, which is our version of Pilates. Yes. It's more athletically based. So we move through a routine. All of the moves are still slow and controlled, just as Pilates should be, but we really focus on exhausting and burning out muscle groups before transitioning to something new. So definitely a little bit different, but amazing for your body. You want to go over other ones?
Yeah, so from there, we've rolled out some specialty classes that are slowly becoming staples as well on our schedule. So we have a Pilates class, which is a heated room. In our Baton Rouge studio, we use infrared heat, which is phenomenal. It just in itself from a health benefit standpoint. So we're actually working out under that heat. So you're kind of getting the 2-in-1. At our North Shore studio, we just have regular ambient heat. So that class is done on a Pilates mat. And we move the entire time, and it's really done at a very low impact, low weight way with repetitive movements. So a little bit of cardio added into a regular mat Pilates type class, and you get a really good sweat because the room's heated. So it's a nice way to sort of feel like you've worked hard with lower impact on your body than a burn class. And people really love it. It's done oftentimes to the music, so it's just a super fun class to take. Then we have our hot melds class, which is also a heated room. In that class, we're focusing on heavier weights, less cardio, and really focused form work. So we're doing lower repetitions, higher weight, and focusing on, kind of standing in one spot and mastering the movements rather than going quickly through movements. And then we have our yoga classes, which are just phenomenal and a wonderful way to stretch out your muscles, to challenge yourself mentally. And, I think that's kind of where our schedule is centered around right now. Oh, we have our sweat burn sculpt too. Yes. So sweat burn sculpt is half burn, half Pilates, and you get to do 30 minutes of both, which everybody loves. So you get a little taste of each one of those.
Wow. Amazing. Like, you guys have so many offerings and on a scale, I guess, how many people walking through your doors normally don't even know that you offer like half of those things?
Like
Yes,
All of
a
them.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. I'm glad that we could help expose that a little bit, let people know.
And what's interesting, Rachel mentioned it, and I think what makes us really neat is we have created all of these methods ourselves. So we have certifications in a bunch of different things, and we have written the workouts with pieces of all of those different certifications and created our Evolve method. So these are not methods you're going to go anywhere else and find. This isn't a body pump class. This isn't a Les Mills workout. This is a proprietary way of exercising that Rachel and I have found to be the most effective for the body. And I think that's what really helps us stand apart. People will move to another state and text us and be like, why can't I find Evolve Pilates anywhere?
Because we haven't gone there yet.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. You guys offer just that just in general, the variety of classes. Anyone can come for any level of fitness, whether it's the person who wants to do the half Pilates, half interval training, or somebody who just wants to have that inner peace, challenge their mind, do some yoga. Like, you guys offer it all for a wide array of different folks, and a lot of people don't even know that you guys offer it all, which is wonderful, because we're obviously doing this podcast to obviously raise awareness about Evolve and let the people know that you guys are doing the dang thing. You guys are offering great classes, and not only are you in Baton Rouge, but you're also in Mandeville and North Shore. Growing up in Baton Rouge, you guys probably, if you've grown up in Baton Rouge or have been around for a very long time, you would know that it's the YMCA, the Spectrum, or when I was a kid, I used to work out at Gail Hatch's gym because I was a football player. But it was like, that was the only gyms you had, and that was kind of the only way, And so for you guys to offer an alternative for folks who want to do something different and, challenge themselves and break out of their comfort zone and look at life a little bit differently, it's there. And it's present in Louisiana, and you can have it if you want it, right? So a little bit, though, because obviously this didn't all just happen out of thin air, right? Evolve just didn't kind of poof and it exists. What did each of your fitness journeys look like, and how did you guys end up creating what is at what point did you guys decide, all right, we're going to create Evolve Studios and we're going to take this thing to the top? Walk us through the history of that and your fitness journey, and how Evolve came to be.
I'll let you start that one.
Okay. So for me, fitness or health, wellness has always been a big part of my life. My dad was a coach and a PE teacher, and I'm one of 4 girls, but there were 3 girls before he had a boy, and I feel like I was just super competitive, and my dad loves his girls, but I was the closest thing to a boy. So we were always running miles, seeing how fast I could go, having sit-up competitions, made sure that I could do real push-ups. And then, just playing sports growing up. My focus as I got older was on swimming and dancing. So I did that all through high school. And then once I got to college, I was kind of at a loss. I was like, okay, I guess I can go to a gym. I don't know what I'm doing. So I kind of did nothing for my first, I would say, year in college. And then I realized something is off. I'm missing something. So I got back into the gym, started kind of just doing my own thing, and realized how much better it made me feel. Definitely eating healthy-ish for a college kid. And then I guess it was once I was graduating, I took my first Pilates class. And I just remember getting on the machine and my whole body was trembling. And I was like, what the heck? What is this? I'm strong. I work out all the time at this point. I'm like, what's going on? And I was really hooked from there. After college and working, I started teaching Pilates with Taylor. That's how we originally met.
Yep.
And I'll let her tell her story and then we can, I guess, bring it together. But after teaching for a few years, we started to have, some of our own ideas.
Yep. We'll be there in a second. So my childhood was actually a little different. I did not, and my mom's going to kill me if she listens to this. Sorry, Mom. We did not grow up healthy. We always moved, and I was always involved in sports. But that was just something I think I internally loved. And I danced from when I was younger, but we did not grow up around healthy food or, really any sort of healthy lifestyle from childhood. So when I became a little bit older, I was still dancing through high school. It started to become a challenge with, my body and needed to get a little healthier and get a little more fit. So I did go down all of those roads of counting calories and how do I lose weight and Googling, how to lose 5 pounds and all of those things. And I've gone down all the roads that I've seen our clients go down. And that was around the time I was trying out for college dance teams. And, part of that is a certain fitness level. So I had to sort of figure out how to end up, with a body image that would allow me to make those teams. That really got me into exercise and got me into learning about food and learning about health and how to do it right eventually. And at that time, I took my first Pilates class as well and said, oh my God, what is this? And Pilates was one of the things that actually helped me, get my body into a shape that it needed to be to make a college dance team. So I danced through college, and when I graduated, again, I started teaching because I loved it so much. So we both had professional jobs, but we would just teach Pilates in the morning before work and teach Pilates in the afternoon after work. And out of all the types of fitness I had done in my life, which was a lot with being an athlete, I had never seen anything change a body like Pilates. It was mind-blowing. Wow. And what was mind-blowing about it is that you always think, I have to go run the lakes if you're from Baton Rouge, right? Like that's what we would do. We would just go run the lakes. And at the end of it, it's 95 degrees, or you can do this nice, slow, controlled Pilates class on the ground, and all of a sudden your body's changing. It was really, really cool. So Rach and I end up at the same studio, and, we would always talk before and after class and just say, this studio is so phenomenal, but what about cardio? And what about strength training? And what about yoga? What we found is that clients were bouncing around to all of these different facilities. They would have a 1-month membership here, and then they would cancel that and go get a 1-month membership there because there was nothing that offered under one roof.
Right.
So that's when we said, well, we need to fix this. We need to give this to people. One workout regime under one roof that is a balanced, class offering for people to take, in our opinion. So that's kind of how Evolve came to be. We both had to make the big decision to quit our professional careers, which was pretty big.
Yes, it was. I was like,
can't imagine.
Yeah. I was like hanging on till the bitter end.
Oh, I remember. I'm like, are you ever going to quit your job?
And I knew I had to, but it was scary at first. And if I've said this a million times, but I feel like if Taylor wasn't there pushing me, I probably would still be like doing a job I wasn't that crazy about. And it was definitely like a collaborative effort on like getting ourselves out of our own comfort zones and just like kind of breaking free and coming up with this method that we feel like would be like, I feel like everybody would be underserved if we didn't create it.
I think so too. And we were young. I mean, Rachel you were 27?
Yeah.
No, I was 27. She was 25. Yes. So we were like these green, 20-somethings. We're like, let's start this fitness studio. So it's been a pretty good thing that was the case, We didn't know what was to come. No. So it's been cool to watch. We've grown together, we've grown closer, and then the studio has evolved into so much more than that, what it was on day one. Now we have nutrition consulting and wellness consulting, and we have a smoothie bar and all these other really cool things that, again, we progressed in life to learn more and wanted to dive in more. And then we're like, well, we have to make our clients dive in more if that's what we're doing, you know? So it's been a really, really neat journey.
Wow, what an incredible journey! And no pun intended at all, but like in 8 years, because it's been 8 years since 2014. Like as your clients have evolved, as the mantra would go, it sounds like you guys have evolved as well, and
Yeah.
like that's part of the entire mission, right? That's the part of the entire. That's the idea, right?
Absolutely. And I think that is one thing that people definitely assume, that like we just woke up one day and bam, we are like the two people that we are today. But we have definitely had our own evolutions.
Yes.
Like literally, I mean, really complete 360s.
Yes.
Like even as far as wellness goes, like
Yes.
Taylor said, we have been down the road of counting calories and eating like, little tiny pre-made meals. Like we have done it all, and it has taken us time to get to where we are. And I mean, at this point, like obviously we're no turning back, and it's such a lifestyle, and it is pretty amazing to get to show that to our clients. And we're very grateful to have that opportunity.
And the way it's changed even our families' lives.
For sure.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
We have so many clients who come to us and I need help with my kids, or, I need help with my husband, or, I want to make my family healthier. Sometimes that's just the goal that they have. And it's so powerful to know that we can touch, that many people and that many lives, because that's going to change the trajectory for those kids and how they grow up and what they know and how they live, which is pretty freaking cool if you think about it. So it's almost like if someone, this is so cheesy what I'm about to say, but if
go for it.
What do you do for a living? I'm like, I change lives, because that's really what I feel. Like, it's not like, oh, I teach fitness, I change lives. Or at least I hope I do.
Yeah.
And you do, because like, think about your journey, right? Think about y'all's journey. And like, now that in understanding the journey that you guys had to go through, there was hardships along the way. You weren't always this disciplined to invest into your health and your body. And now think about all the folks that have now trusted and invested into you guys to help them with their journey. I mean, that is nothing short of life change. That is absolutely life changing. So, and I can't imagine. I mean, there's even more. There's thousands of people out there right now, whether they're watching this or not, that are also going through these changes, these hardships, and they're like, "What do I do? How do I change?" I'll be honest with you. I'm one of them. I've got a 5-month-old child. I've got a wife who's going through some troubles and medically, and it's just really hard for me to find time for myself and my own fitness, and have you eventually kind of let it go, and what you were once doing well, and then all of a sudden you kind of let go of that rope, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Ooh, I need to take care of myself." So you guys are obviously have been from your journey in terms of the stories that you were just telling me. I don't really know how to do this, to I know what I'm doing, to now you guys are the professionals in the market. So how would you, let's say there's the average person who is struggling with those hardships that you guys talk about, of getting over that obstacle, over that hurdle. How would you guys encourage them to come to Evolve and say, "Hey, you're welcome here. This we can," for the person who maybe are like doubting themselves in their fitness journey, that they can't even compete or participate at Evolve. How would you get them to come on board?
I would say the number one thing is to just walk through the doors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest part. And I feel like that's part of our mission, is to like just get your foot in the door. One, just come talk to us. Come check out the studio, but even more than that, just come talk to us. Say hello, ask questions, get yourself comfortable, because I feel like that's probably the number one thing that holds people back, is that they're afraid.
They're scared.
They are, especially if there's someone who feels like they are not as strong as somebody else, or they're going to come in and they're not going to know what they're doing. That is a huge mental block and mental hurdle that prevents people from even coming in for their first class. Yeah. So I think that would be number one, is just come walk in the door. You will see that we are so welcoming. Our staff is welcoming. We have all different types of people in all of our different classes. You know, you don't have to be experienced in Pilates or in HIIT training or in yoga. All of our classes can be tapered to any fitness level, from the strongest person in the class to the new person in the class on their first day. So really just checking it out, breaking that mental block, and just giving it a go. Just release it.
And letting go of fear of judgment is huge. This is a safe space. This is not the typical gym where you're walking in and everyone's looking at you. And every client that walks through the door, we're asking, what are your goals? What are you trying to overcome? You know, what fitness have you done in the past? If the answer is none, that's totally fine. Come on, we've got you. Let us understand what you're trying to do so we can help you accomplish it. And sometimes just in that conversation, we can say, okay, if you want us to know what we think you should do, let us help you from a nutrition standpoint. If you're uncomfortable in a class, let's do a private first. Let's get you really comfortable with just moving again. If you're uncomfortable with that room, let's start in this room. Start with these methods. Get really comfortable here. Then we'll help you work into that room. It's trusting us that we're going to lead you down your road and we're walking by your side. We're not judging you or demanding that you do this. We're walking with you.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, and why, not only do we offer all of our workouts because we think you should have a balanced, diverse workout regime, but some people don't do everything, and that really is fine. And we're not just a single discipline studio where you come in and regardless if your body, you could walk into a only HIIT studio, your body might not need HIIT. And on a certain day, it's not beneficial for you to be doing that. So we listen, and we can, give you what it will benefit you the most.
I love that your mission is for all of your clients to just crush those limiting beliefs. Tell yourself that you can do it instead of telling yourself that you can't, right? And obviously, you guys create this audible, it's almost like every client of yours ends up having like this intuition, this physical intuition of knowing what their body needs at the time for the certain classes and such. And I think that, what an incredible, you guys are doing such a great service, not only from a fitness perspective, like I said, but from a culture building, from a mental health, spiritual, physical health building perspective. You guys are doing such great things for your clients and potential clients to come, hopefully 1 million after they see this podcast, right? Well, guys, it has been an absolute honor. I've always known that you guys have done great things, being that I am a native of Baton Rouge and the North Shore, and I've always heard, I'll be honest, I'm one of those guys that always doubted Pilates and doubted, HIIT training, oh, that's not for me. And then one day, I'm on your site and I see a picture of Hess in there doing his thing, and I'm like, oh man, Hess is doing it, right? And then I had to show Sean that as well. He was like, oh, there's Hess. But it's so funny, for the folks out there who are doubting yourself and just don't think that something like this is for you, crush those limiting beliefs. Go see Rachel, go see Taylor, and go change your life for the better, right? How can they get in touch with you, whether it's Baton Rouge or Mandeville, North Shore? How can they get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, so you can always stop in the studio. You can reach out to us on social media, message us on Facebook or Instagram. Instagram, we're both active on our business page. It's Evolve Studios LA. That's our Instagram handle. And then our email addresses are both info@evolvestudiobr or info at Evolve Studio NS.
Yeah, NS for North Shore.
Perfect. That's awesome. 2 locations, hopefully a bajillion more to come as it grows, right? If you could leave any potential client right now, let's say they're watching this, they're on the fence, right? They're not really sure if they should do it. If you could leave them with one thing, what would each of you tell them right now?
Oh, I would say don't put off tomorrow. Just do it today. If it's in your mind, the hardest thing to do is to do it, right? So just make the decision, send the email, make the call. Once we receive you, we've got you. But you've got to make that first step through our door, or that first point of contact, or that first mental change in your head to do it. And you're stronger than you think you are. You can do it.
That's literally what I was going to say. Don't doubt yourself. You are capable of a lot more than you may think.
Wow, incredible, encouraging words from 2 of Baton Rouge and Mandeville, now the North Shore, right? Baton Rouge's top fitness leaders. Taylor, Rachel, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on. This is Market Motivators with Evolve Studios. We will see you in the next episode. Check them out. If you're in the Louisiana area, obviously the capital city, or on the North Shore, check out Evolve Studios LA on Instagram and Evolve Studios NS, right? On
All for one handle. So just Evolve Studios LA. Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. Evolve Studios LA. Check them out on the socials. Go book a class today and start your health journey today with these folks. Thank you for joining Market Motivators. Taylor, Rachel, thanks for being on.
We appreciate you.